Hey everybody, Old Farts Reactions. I'm Dave.
I'm Mooney.
I'm Jay.
Hey, today we're going to do a video on a band called Tribe Called Quest.
A Tribe Called Quest, yes.
Right? Which
Yeah.
I probably heard them, but I can't think of one I have. I know I really don't know much about them.
Well, they've been around forever, and I'm sure that we've heard some
Yeah.
of their stuff because they're huge, and they're from what I understand, they're considered one of like the pillars of the hip hop.
Right.
The original hip hop
Right,
stuff.
right.
All I know about
Early-
these guys,
early hip-hop.
they're Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they're huge.
That's a big thing.
We've had a lot of requests for them. I have a niece who's big into hip hop who said we got to do them. And hey, Aaron, and so this is a song that was thrown out there. It was called "Check the Rhyme."
Check the rhyme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking on Google. These guys were like 80s era out of New York,
Yeah.
right?
80s New
Oh, are
York.
they out of New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's where it was basically coming from back in the day, wasn't it? New York City with all the breakdancing and stuff. Did it start there?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it started in cities all over the country.
Yeah.
But each remember because there was an East Coast, West Coast thing. There was-
Yeah.
I think each city had a different kind of take on things.
Yeah.
And maybe
Well, they
different
always do. Yeah, it
flow,
was like-
different styles
Right.
of,
It was like the L.A. New York thing back in the day, back in the 70s. With the you get your Black Flags and your Dead Kennedy.
With the
But
punk-
you had
the
your
punk movement.
Ramones
Yeah,
and your
yeah, yeah.
Cramps.
Yeah, the East versus
yeah,
West.
that's right.
Yeah. Well, that's when the regular Joes, our Connecticut
Right,
punk
yeah,
band
yeah.
went to California.
That's
and
right.
Fighting with the Dead Kennedys there and stuff like that. So similarly, I think that the hip hop rap world had similar kind of where they're going at each other,
Yeah.
competition,
I'm curious to hear these guys.
Yeah, I am too,
I see on
definitely.
Google they also, they were talking about jazz rap, which I've never even heard that phrase before.
Well, remember that song? I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Okay.
Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da,
yeah.
ba-ba-da. A lot of these guys were sampling like Miles Davis and sampling
Right,
like
sure.
famous jazz guys
Sure.
and stuff.
Do that again.
Oh, that song, man, that's one of my favorite songs. We should do that one just because I love it so much.
Did you write that one?
And hey, speaking of samples, we recently did a song by Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
SZA, yeah.
And called Luther. And you know what I realized is that part of that is Luther Vandross is singing. If I could change, one of those lines, he's singing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think they sampled him in
Okay.
that song,
Okay.
So we'll see. We're getting off track.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
But all right, so back to Tribe Called Quest, and the song is called "Check the Rhyme."
Check the rhyme. Let's hear
All right, here we go. And here we go.
Check the ride.
it.
Back in the days on the boulevard of Linden, we used to kick routines and the presence was fitting. It was I, the abstract.
And me, the 5-footer. I kicks the mad style, so step off the Frankfurter.
Yo, Fife, you remember that routine? That way used to make spiffy like Mr. Clean.
A tidbit, a smidgen. I don't get the message, so you got to run
Okay,
the pigeon.
you're on point Fife.
All the time, tip.
You're on point Fife.
All the time, tip.
You're on point Fife.
All the time, tip.
So then grab the microphone and let your words rip.
Now here's a funky introduction of how nice I am. Tell your mother, tell your father, send a telegram. I'm like an energizer, cause you see I last long. My crew is never ever whack because we stand strong. Now if you say my style is whack, that's where you're dead wrong. I slay that body and El Segundo, then push it along. You be a fool to reply the fight is not the man. Cause you know, and I know that you know who I am. A special shout out piece goes out to all my pals, you see. And a middle finger goes for all you punk MCs. Cause I love it when you whack MCs despise me. They get vexed, I will next, cause none can test me. I'm just a fly MC who's 5 for 3 and very brave. On top remaining, no home training, cause I misbehave. I come correct and full effect of all my hoes in check. And before I get the butt, the gym must be a wreck. You see, my aura's positive, I don't promote no junk. See, I'm far from a bully and I ain't a punk. Extremity of rhythm, yeah, that's what you heard. So just clean out your ears and just check the word.
Check the time, y'all. 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 Check it out. Check it out. Check the time, y'all. Check the time, y'all. Check the time, y'all. Play beat. Check the time, y'all. Check the time, y'all. Check it out. Check it out.
Back in
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that line. I ain't a bully, but I'm not a punk.
Yeah.
You know?
Good line. Yeah.
Great. I don't know. I'm not
This
sure.
has
what
got to
he's-
be definitely like set from the '80s. I mean, is this '80s stuff?
It's got that
Oh,
feel.
it's yeah.
It's,
yeah.
I love the flow of it.
I'm
you know,
hearing DJ Jazzy Jeff and the French Prince, or the Fresh Prince, not the French one.
Yeah. Well,
That's Prince Marcel.
yes. Yeah. It's
But,
got a great flow to it.
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
something like
I don't know what he's talking about, but you know,
Yeah.
it's fun. The lyrics
Yeah.
are kind of fun. And
It's got a jazzy feel, man. It
Yeah.
really
Well,
does. I love it.
I love it. Well, it's mostly the beat, but it has that cool kind of that keyboard that's doing
Yep.
this kind of
Yep.
a flare on the keyboards. It's nice,
Yeah.
man.
The bass is
it's like
Yeah, well, '80s
Yeah.
The bass
'80s
is
rap
cool.
was big bass stuff anyway.
yeah. And you know, it sounds like drum machine stuff, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Could be a
Big sample
mixture
back
of
then.
real
Sure.
percussion and
Yeah. Cool.
I'm
Let's hear
digging
some
it
more.
so far. People can help us know what the lyrics are
Right.
talking about. you
That
know,
it's
but,
going by so fast.
Yeah. No,
I'm
no.
gonna have to sit down later.
No,
and,
that's
and read
right.
it.
When
you know?
I'm editing this stuff is when I kind of get
Yeah.
to know the words
Yeah.
a little bit. But very cool. So I love the sound.
Yep.
the days on the boulevard of Linden, we used to kick routines and the presence was fitting. It was I, the Viper.
And me, the abstract. The rhymes were so rumpin' that the brothers wrote the Zach.
Hey yo, Tip, do you recall when we used to rock those fly routines on your cousin's block?
Let me see. Damn, I can't remember. I'll receive the message and you will play the sender.
You're on point, Tip.
All the time, Fife.
You're on point, Tip.
Yeah, all the time, Fife.
You're on point, Tip.
Yo, all the time, Fife.
So play the resurrector
Yeah.
and give the dead some life.
Okay, if knowledge is the key, then just show me the lock. Got the scrawny legs, but I move just like Lou Brock with speed. I'm agile, plus I'm worth your while. 100% intelligent black child. My octa presentation sizzles the retina. How far must you go to gain respect? Well, it's kinda simple. Just remain your own, or you'll be crazy, sad, and alone. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. So kids, watch your back, cause I think they smoke crack. I don't doubt it. Look at how they act. But off the better things like a hip hop forum. Pass me the rock and I'll score 'em with decorum and proper. What you say, hammer? Proper. Rap is not pop. If you call it that, then stop.
Very interesting.
That was cool,
You know,
man.
the only thing that was to me that was missing, there was no DJ scratching. You know, there's one thing you didn't hear through that whole song was like, with the scratching and stuff.
yeah.
But
Well,
I mean,
wonder if it
towards
pre-
the end of the song, I had to start smiling because it reminded me of the Beastie Boys. Just imagine the Beastie Boys doing the same thing.
Well, all the same era.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So that was the
those
style
bands were
back
all
then.
happening
Yeah.
at the same time. Well, I wonder when the scratching.
Maybe they couldn't
was
afford turntables.
Was the
I don't
scratching there right in the beginning of it, or what? That's what I don't,
I don't
remember.
know. I don't
'Cause,
know.
hey, all of this stuff was happening when we
Yeah.
were when we
Yeah,
were,
yeah.
you know, I was living in New York City during
Sure.
the '80s, and then
That's-
you know, some of this stuff you go into a club, you'd be hearing this stuff pounding,
Sure.
you know. And,
That's straight up jazz underneath those words.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you take the words out.
yeah.
That's what you got. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
very cool. man.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I enjoyed that. See,
Very
that kind of
nostalgic.
stuff-
Very
and-
nostalgic because back in the day, I was working with kids that played this stuff.
Yeah.
But you were into punk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really, you know.
So there's
we
one-
were-
you can see the
around-
difference
in
in
this. In the place where I was working, we were just like a novelty. You know, it was, hey, you know, we got these guys, these weirdos playing this music. You know, and everybody was.
Who
into
was the
us.
novelty? You guys, the punk
Yeah,
guys?
and after the novelty of the fact wore off, I mean, we had to go other places, to, to make our music known.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hip hop.
But these kids are still spinning around their heads on cardboard and stuff.
Yeah. That's great stuff. I mean, I love that.
Yeah. That
I'm
was
glad
cool.
we're getting doing a dive into
So-
hip hop because
What year
I
was
missed
the-
a lot of it, even though it was sort of we were there for it, but I didn't.
Do you guys remember
I
what
wasn't
year
paying
this was?
close attention.
What
No,
year was this?
I don't remember the exact year of this.
I mean,
But
80s. That
Well,
means-
so why
yeah,
don't
we
people
think the 80s.
tell us,
Yeah, people.
what year this was? And,
let us know what you thought of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us some information in the comments, and hey, we're gonna come back to these guys
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Cool.
And
Very
other classic hip hop. We're gonna get into some of that. So please give us suggestions of stuff that could. Educate us on that whole scene, and we were there for it, but we weren't paying close attention. So
We were
We're
busy.
here now.
Yeah,
okay?
but we
So
are now,
subscribe
so-
to the channel.
Yeah.
Like us, and we'll
leave
see
a
you next
comment,
time.
and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.